When you're investing, the compound effect is actually going to be doing a tremendous amount of work for you. Really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for a bunch of videos. Subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive bonus videos. Get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. It is October, which means you get yourself the limited edition DYDSS Halloween t-shirts, available in orange, gray, or purple. Please move fast. These things are like the greatest thing since sliced bread, if you ask me. Try out some G Fuel energy formula, $5 off your first order by clicking the link in the description. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, make sure to go and get your up to 12 free fractional shares by downloading Webull and funding your account. That's all you got to do. Just download the app, make an account, deposit even a penny. Still works, still counts. You still get your up to 12 free fractional shares. Everything will be linked in the description. When it comes to investing and when it comes to the compound effect, dollars, dollar bills. When it comes to dollar bills invested, assets owned, net worth, your portfolio, you're gonna have a tougher time getting from $0 invested to $1,000 invested than you will going from 1,000 to 2,000. And the best way that I can explain this, the best way that I can describe it, hopefully you can hear me. I'm using I'm actually using a pretty good microphone, but I know it's a little bit windy out here, so hopefully the audio's at the very least decent. When you're investing, the compound effect is actually going to be doing a tremendous amount of work for you. So if you were to invest, let's just say you only have $1,000 to invest this year. Let's just say you have $1,000 saved up and it's the only extra cash you're gonna have until maybe, early next year. You throw that $1,000 in right now. Let's just say into a broad market index fund like the S&P 500, which is my personal favorite. I don't necessarily think it's great to do the whole stock picking thing unless you are heavily involved in the analysis and not just getting your information from Reddit and people on Twitter. But if you invest your $1,000 into the S&P 500, which has an average annual rate of return of 8%, already factoring in inflation, already adjusted for inflation, closer to 10 or 11% if you don't factor that in, but taking into account inflation, 8% average annual rate of return. You're going to have some years that are better, some years that are worse, but it all averages out to about 8% adjusted for inflation. Well, guess what? If you invest your $1,000 and you see that average annual rate of return of 8%, guess what? A year from now, you're not only going to have $1,000 invested, you're going to have, according to the 8%, you're going to have, well, it's actually technically more than this, but anyway, $1,080. And realistically, it's more likely going to be like $1,100. You just have to, factor in inflation. But let's just call it about $1,100. But all you did was invest $1,000. You invested $1,000, and in a year's time, without even making further contributions, you're looking at $1,080 to $1,100 with that average annual rate of return, not to mention the 1.5% dividend yield. So that $1,000 invested is yielding 1.5 approximately percent. That's another $15 on top of it. So let's just say you dropped your $1,000 in. You saw that average annual rate of return, which boosted you up to about an additional $100, call it $1,100. It's actually $1,115 if you reinvest the dividend, the cash dividend that they gave you simply for holding the position, when all you did was drop $1,000 in. Now you're at 1,115, ups and downs along the way, of course. And I'm just talking about the average. It might even be higher, might be a little bit lower, but on average, that's what you can likely expect. So guess what? You had to take time out of your life to work your face off, to make money, to make currency, to make those dollars. Just to save up that $1,000 that you wanted to give yourself, or that you wanted to invest and kickstart your investing journey. Do you have to repeat the entire process just to get to $2,000? No. Why do I say that? Because you're not sitting at $1,000 and need to work your way up to $2,000 now. This isn't a savings account. This isn't a checking account. It's not dollars that are just sitting there. No, these are dollars that are working for you, and they're growing on their own without even having to make regular or occasional contributions. You don't have to go from $1,000 to $2,000 now. Now you have to go from $1,115 to $2,000. So it's a little bit easier. So let's just say you drop another $1,000 in the following year. Now you have $2,000 invested plus the $115 that came from capital appreciation and dividends reinvested. Now you are looking at $2,115 going into your second year. If you see another 8%, the average annual rate of return, that's going to be another $169 of capital appreciation on top of the, what did I just say, 2,115? That's 2,284. So now going from 2,000 to 3,000 is even easier. Not to mention, now you're at almost $2,300 with the dividend yield being 1.5%. You're looking at $34 and change given to you passively, which you can reinvest in and make the process even easier for yourself. That's the snowball effect. If you guys like today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive bonus content. Get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. We got the limited edition Halloween tees available right now, going away very, very soon. Get one while you can, available in 3 different colors. Try out some G Fuel Energy Formula, $5 off your first order by clicking the link in the description. And of course, make sure to go and get your up to 12 free fractional shares by downloading Webull and funding your account. They're going to give you up to 12 free fractional shares just for simply doing so. So take advantage of that. Webull link in the description. Everything is linked in the description.